afternoon everyone, it's me Sangachhen. Today we will explore about the analyzing project cost, gross floor area comparison and detailed cost planning for medium construction project. So the first one, preliminary cost planning. Preliminary means the pre-stage. In the pre-stage, the preliminary cost planning we will do in the pre-stage to anticipate the cost before detailed designs and specifications are available. And then it is the early estimation. It gives us the guideline to the project life cycles and to assess overall feasibility to set the budget and the project. And it is a guideline for the project deadlines. It provides the financial frameworks that inform design choices, scope, alterations, and resource allocations. The importance of preliminary cost planning methods are early financial insight. Like it gives us the insight to know how and when our budget will be allocated in the project. It establishes a clear understanding of financial requirement and feasibility at the early stage. Budget control, as it helps maintain budgetary limits throughout the project, guiding design decision and scope adjustments. And the third one is risk mitigations, as it reduces the likelihood of budget overruns by identifying potential cost and drivers and constraints. And the third one is client confidence, as it builds the trust by demonstrating the structured approach to cost estimation, supporting client decision making. And the last one is efficient resource allocation. It helps to enable effective resource allocation and prioritization based on preliminary cost assessment. And cost per unit method. The cost per unit method estimates the total project cost based on the cost associated with each unit of output, such as per dwelling, per bed, and then in the educational facilities likewise. And it is the commonly used in the repetitive or standardized structure. However, it is not useful for the for the architectural design that is exceptional. Like it's hard to calculate the cost or the product or the project, like it's have the alterations and different conditions. Also, it allows for rapid budget estimations, especially useful in early projects. So it is easy to apply without the detailed plans or specification. So it is less accurate, as I mentioned before, and if unit specification vary significantly and may not account for unique site condition or architectural details. So preliminary estimation applying the cost per unit method, as it identify the total units, determine the total numbers like the number of beds, and then number of benches in classrooms or apartments likewise, and then the average cost per unit. So for this purpose of the estimation, sometimes we use the historical data to establish an average cost per unit type. To calculate the cost per unit, so we do have the formula C is equals to A into B, where C is the building work estimate, and A is the number of functional unit, and B is the cost per functional unit. And then, as I mentioned before, like we calculate from hotel's number of keys, school number of students, hospital number of beds, and car park number of space likewise. This is the elemental diagram that I have mentioned. As for the formula, the cost per meter square, the 6,250 is from the QB cost builder, and the number of beds in the hospital is 250. So total cost, estimated cost is calculated C into AB, that is 1.5 here. So another one is cost per square meter method. So this is generally the gross floor area calculation method. An estimation approach that calculates project cost based on the total floor area, measured in square meters of the buildings or development. It is ideal for the project where the floor area are largely determined construction costs, such as office building or commercial projects. So it is very useful for the project types and scales. So it allows for a straightforward initial budget and then even without complete plans too. So it may not consider project specific variations like finishes, height, or mechanical complexity, leading to estimation gaps. So the preliminary estimation applying the cost per meter square method is determine the total floor area as we have done using the cost X. We have uploaded the drawings and we measure all the gross floor area excluding like the voids, verandas, like those items. So and then the second is use average cost per meter square like reference from historical data or industry average or to establish a cost per square meter or for similar project. But however, we use the cubic cost, builder cost in our project. So the formula for the cost per meter square is C is equals to A into B is same. However, the A is the floor area here and B is the cost per meter square. So to see the elemental breakdown, here I have mentioned the plans that I have done the gross floor area. So this is my total gross floor area. Here, however, here is not clear, but it is 1503. So as I calculate, A is as of 1503 by area, and then 6250 from the cubic cost builder, that is about nearly 9.3 million. And then in conclusion, like the preliminary cost planning method is very important for us to make the decision to remain within the budget, to overcome with the risks that may arise during the construction project, and also it depends on the reliable data, accurate historical data, and industry benchmarks are crucial for both methods to ensure realistic estimates. It is applicable to project scale and types. It selects the method based on project scope, unit based for repetitive builds, meter square based for large commercial or variable buildings. It also supports the effective budget management as it estimates preliminary cost planning, sets a strong foundation for detailed cost control and project financial success. These are my references.
Get that.
Would be any question? Any question? Anyone?
From your side.
No one? No one? All good?
Don't need any questions, sir. Beautiful presentation.
Okay.
Very beautiful.
So we have used GFA as it's defined in the initial activities that we will use a GFA. What are the other units we can use to measure the area instead of GFA? Yeah, we have used the GIS Pro here. That is external wall to external wall. What are the other standard methods we can use when we calculate the area, especially flow area?
Standard method of measurement.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
to calculate the area, we also can reference from the Australian, New Zealand standard method of measurement too.
Yeah, that's the standard method of measurement.
Yeah.
I mean, area calculation method like GFA and
Cost per meter unit, cost per meter
yeah, we
square.
have like a BUA, built up area, or the GFA, gross flow area, and some companies, especially residential projects, they use built up area for the. But in New Zealand we use GIS, gross flow area. And as we use from the cubic cost builder, we have used the rates from different location to location. So let's say we have to do the adjustment. So what type of adjustment we have to do with the rates? Because we are using the historical cost data.
Yeah. Sometimes we need to adjust the cost during the construction, like if our project change, there is the alteration happen, or elsewhere, like when we need the product that is not mentioned also. So the cost is different from the historical data, we have to change the cost.
Yeah, what type of things we need to consider, like example, if it is cost data is to 10 years before, so we have to adjust the inflation.
Yeah, according to that, we have to adjust the data. So we have to adjust the market availability cost and then the supplier cost, and then the
Economical
delivery
conditions,
charges,
some
economical
locations,
conditions.
and-
Yeah, right.
Okay. Is there any no question, right? Anyone?
No, no.
Okay.
No question.
No question. Okay.
Done, sir.
Thank you.
Done for today.
Huh?